4 years ago, the University of Victoria launched the world's first law degree to combine the study of Indigenous and non-Indigenous laws. And this past summer, students in the inaugural class of this historic program crossed the stage to receive their degrees. Today, we're joined by Val Napolean to talk about why a degree like this matters. Val, it's so great to have you here with us today.
Thank you for your interest.
So why don't we start at the beginning? How did this degree come about?
So the initial inspiration came from McGill, where they teach civil law and common law. So a student graduating from McGill, those are combined in the subject areas that they take in the course. So my colleague John Burrows asked, why can't that happen for Indigenous peoples? Over the years, we've explored this, we've developed this, and then we were able to secure support for this. And as you just said, we have students who have now graduated and they have 2 law degrees, one in Indigenous legal orders and one in Canadian law. So we're pretty excited. They're out there, they're articling, taking the bar exams, taking their unique educational experiences with them in the work that they're doing.
And now you kind of already mentioned it, but following graduation, what kinds of cases will grads find themselves undertaking?
So our students right now are working with the Attorney General. We have, I think, 4 or 5 with the Ministry of the Attorney General. We have other students who are articling in the courts, different levels of courts, and still others are out there working with law firms. And the kinds of work that they do are dependent, of course, on the law firms and their clients. But whatever is brought before them, whatever legal problem is brought before them, they have the unique ability to draw on additional education and skills and knowledge in order to solve problems.
What changes do you think this first graduating class can help facilitate both within the justice system and in supporting Indigenous communities?
So the Indigenous communities are already working to substantively articulate their laws and legal orders, and they're acting on those responsibilities in many ways in terms of agreements with like government-to-government agreements with the federal and provincial governments, in establishing business and rebuilding their economies, looking at different ways that there could be co-management, drawing on more than one legal order for the management of water and water resources and fish and forests and so on. So communities are already out there doing that. And what the other kinds of things that communities are working on have to do with child welfare, have to do with dispute resolution, have to do with ensuring community health, whether that's housing or education. Those are all things that our students will be able to support communities in their aspirations. So it's really, really important work, and I'm excited by it all.
And lastly, before we let you go, how does this degree support truth and reconciliation in Canada?
Great question. So if you look at the original report of the TRC, you will see that recommendation or call to action number 50, which is to set up Indigenous law institutes, is based on our work here in Victoria. And so Justice Sinclair said that our Indigenous law degree program is exactly what reconciliation means. And this is something that has been emphasized by others. So the former Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of Canada said that what justice needs to mean in Canada is Indigenous law and institutions along with Canadian law. That denial of law, which enables people to be a people, which enables people to govern themselves, that all of that which is so critical to being Indigenous peoples, that has to be part of any conversation about justice. It has to be part of the work to attain justice in Canada.
For sure. Val, thank you so much for being here with us and chatting about the program. We appreciate all the work you are doing. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
You too. Thanks so much.